Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, what a day today turned out to be. We were pretty green throughout the morning, and then we were a little bit more green, then we were a little bit less green, and then 2 o'clock happened, and then everything went, not everything went green, but most things went green, very green. Um, Call it turnaround Wednesday? I don't know. The turnaround is a strong word, but we are green across the board in the major indexes. Green in every sector but one, utilities, which has been carrying us here for the past couple weeks. Not playing ball today, but everything else is up. So we will talk about the turnaround in retail stocks specifically because holy cow, some of these moves today are wackadoodle, as David Green would say. So smash that like button. Here we go. This is At the Close. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Oh, what make you of today's?
I don't want to say I called it, but I kind of called it. I mean, you guys, what was it yesterday, the day before? You and Dennis were all mopey. We're going down. Stocks are never going up
Maybe
again.
from yesterday. No, I wasn't. It wasn't. I wasn't mopey about stocks.
It was more Dennis. It was more
I was
Dennis.
mopey about the consumer, not about stocks. But
Okay. And then I came in and I interrupted you, and someone, like Christopher Forsman in the chat, he got mouthy with me, like, don't talk, Joel. We want to hear
I
respect.
saw that. I saw that comment actually. I don't see.
Yeah.
The chat moves quick. I miss a lot of it, but I did see that one.
Yeah. And did you notice how I didn't say anything mean?
I assumed you hadn't seen it, but I guess you had. And then in that case, I'm proud of you.
I did not. I was ready to fire something up right at the guy, and then you would say, you don't have to respond to everybody in the chat. But anyways, let's go to the S&Ps.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all smooth sailing because even when they came out with those Fed minutes, you had this dip here. So, you have a dip there, and you're going to take out the pre-market low and go to 3,900. No. They turned it around on one bracket here, kept on going. Psychological $4,000 level, 4,000 in the S&Ps. We'll keep an eye on that. If I said I had some daily highs in here for you, I'd be lying to you. There's really nothing in here, so I'll have to do work a little magic to get some resistance levels tomorrow and Friday. Crude's been kind of quiet lately. What I'm noticing here, it's up 96 cents. I mean, it's been near the high with tight ranges. So, I don't know. Can we see 120? Gold down 12, a little bit of a comeback from earlier, 1853.40. Silver, that wants to close in the 22 handle. That's down a nickel at 22.02. Bitcoin, 30 is that psychological level. Wow, 700, less than 1,000 point range in Bitcoin. How often do you see that? Up 375 at 2960, 29,680. And Ethereum futures are down 750 at 1964. So, did Dix do their conference call this morning or what?
Yeah. It appears to have been the conference call. Although I have to admit I'm a little bit confused here because let's not forget that the guidance was pretty bad, right? The Dick's Sporting Goods guidance was objectively not good. They said that their same store sales for the year, not for the quarter, for the year are going to be down, right? And then on the conference call, they said that, I guess that down was on a year-over-year basis. But then they said their performance is going to be consistent with 2019 levels, which is obviously the last full year before COVID. So maybe both of those things can be true. In any case, during the call, the stock started blasting off, and even after the open as well. So, and then they also talked up their ability to chew through inventory. So
Yeah, put that stuff on sale.
mhm.
And then I also mentioned this earlier in the week. I said, yeah, you had the Target, you had the Walmart, it's not always going to follow the same script, And when Dix was down, I didn't buy it, I didn't touch it. I mean, never came near that pre-market low. 60 was a good level. You mentioned there was a couple monthly lows there, so it's just I mean, a lot of people are probably saying, this baby's going under 60. I'm going to get this thing in the 50 handle. Dennis mentioned, of course, 40, not today. And, you just get too many people. It's so easy to get long or cover short. On all these days here, you never had to chase. But here, if your bids aren't getting hit, you got to follow the rally. What now? I mean, this was the target. I bet you this is a Target day. This was a Target day. So that high, there's my objective, 83.94 is your next daily high. Might take a little trouble. Looks like someone's ganging up at 81. I see a trio of highs, including today's high at 81.30. So you got to get back. You got to, got Target and, get back and maybe fill the little gap. So we'll see. Hopefully it's just not a one-day wonder. Did they say anything about getting smaller stores too? I mean, just cut the rent down or close some stores. I don't listen to the conference calls, but that's what I think you need to do.
Hey Joel, before I forget, I'm telling you now because I forgot to mention it this morning. After we're done today, can you just like reset your router or something? Because I've noticed it.
Router.
I've noticed it twice today actually, where you start off fine and then like your your connection gets all choppy. I don't think it's your computer. I think it might be your router. So just reset that.
Okay.
Reset that after we're done here because
The router. Okay.
I
Well,
forgot
thank
to
you.
or I forgot to mention it this morning and I want to mention it.
Do I have to call Comcast to do that? Or
No,
I'm
what?
joking.
No.
I know how to do that. I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Okay, you had me there in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. And a good point from
I just go upstairs. I say, "Hey, Lisa, we need to reset the router. Do you know how to do it?" And then
right,
Lisa comes down and resets the router.
that's exactly right. And it's a good point from Jay in the chat because what's the volume today in DKS? It's heavy, and
Oh, yeah.
this is a stock with a float of 39 million shares, so it's not exactly a stock with a nice thick float out there. So the volume today is 37 million
Let's
shares,
see.
37 million, and it's got a float of so almost the entire float.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. I mean, that's I mean, that's a super bullish indicator, volume going with price up $6. I just, if you really want to get long it, is 78 going to be your best price? I don't know. I think could have some other opportunities to get in here. Maybe yesterday's close. It's hard. It's hard not to chase, but man, it hasn't had this be one of its best days in years. And as it showed here, it can have a 1 day, 2, 3 day rally, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6. I don't know. We're not quite in that rally mode yet, but we'll see. Good day for Dick's and boy, Nordstrom's. I mean, they gave you a chance on this one. They gave you a chance to get in below the close. The close it was way up in the pre-market. The close was 2068. They opened it right there. They had a little flush. If you could sit through the opens. I know a lot of people don't like to trade the open, but if you could sit there and be patient enough, you get that closing price at 2068. You take $3 a heat, or excuse me, 30 cents worth of heat. You go get a cup of coffee. It blows through the 22, which I thought, was a daily high. It blows through the 23, which was a pair of daily highs. And now it's attempting, that's the Target. Was that up that day? No, that actually
No.
had a different day than, because I think this was the Walmart day. No, it was the 17th and 18th. So this is the Walmart day, and this is the Target day. So next daily close I see is 24.82. That was back on May 17th.
I mean, retail is just the story of the day, but that 2 p.m. ramp, Joel. I mean, it's the pump and Powell. I mean, how many times is he gonna, how many times can he get away with it? And, I'm being facetious there, but it is remarkable that he it's not even new news, right? We get 5 minutes from a meeting from a few weeks ago now, and they just I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of going through the minutes, but the market, I guess,
It just,
I don't
I
know.
know it's the minutes and I know it's the catalyst. It just, you know, you had a setup, it'd been down 7 weeks in a row. Friday's close. I always like to keep an eye on Friday's close. We improved on it on Monday by quite a bit. Gave some back on Tuesday. And so it just, I don't know. It just kind of who knows? We probably would not have rallied as much if it would have been for the Fed minutes. But it just, if anything, maybe just a little seller's exhaustion. I mean, they just can't keep pounding this market every day, and sellers, let up a little bit, and you get a relief rally. Now we don't want. Now this is what we don't want to happen. What we don't want to happen is this a repeat of this,
Yeah.
because this is when Pump and Powell did the little trick too.
Mhm.
Remember? That was the Fed meeting, and then
Mhm.
we just the next day, and then just kept on going down. So be careful, but I don't mind backing off. I don't, I like rallies that are more stair step, and you don't have the big move overnight, because you found buyers today. You had a down open, market was at a discount, and people want to buy in a discount. I hate when you get these super gap opens and then they chase, 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 and those moves just very rarely seem to hold. Well, we'll see if this one's able to. I wish I knew if they're going to do it tomorrow.
I'm sorry, what?
No, Frank said tomorrow flush the toilet, and I'll say I'd keep it. I mean, we still have 18 minutes left in the session, but right now I'm looking at 38.97.75. That's the current high. Man, we don't take that out tomorrow, then we could have the same kind of thing. That's my number. I'll give you,
It's
unless we go
pumping
out and take it
power.
out today.
It's pumping
All
power.
right, let's go to Nvidia here, Joel. They report earnings tonight. Rather large expected move for Nvidia, like a $16. I'm sorry, $18 $18 expected move for Nvidia tonight. That this is going to be the big one. That's a rather large expected move for a hundred
If
sixty
I if I
dollars.
shorted straddles, I would short that straddle. I don't think it's going to move that
Really,
much.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that gives you. I mean, if you're buying a 160 call or the 170 call, then you need 188. And if you're buying a 170 put, you need 160, like 152. I mean, come on. I think if you take out 160, you're going to find buyers. And I think if you get above, 180 to 200 is pretty wide open. But I think you got a lot of people, not all these people that are long here. They're going to be toast for a while. But this is solid accumulation here. Trading this for a long time. So, if your average price is 175, 176, they're just looking to take it off in the mid 180s. So we'll see. Watch it go $40 one way or another. But that's just looking at the chart, looking at technical resistance, and that's what I'm thinking.
On Keat just asked if there's any VMware news. Yes, there is on Keat. There is a report. Headline, I don't even know where this came from, but recall that there's a VMware Broadcom merger reportedly in the works, and there was a report now that deal, the takeover deal from the offer from Broadcom, would include a go shop provision. The go shop provision is a clause that gets added to sometimes when a company is taking over another company, they'll include this go shop clause, and all it really says is, okay, we can agree to the deal, but then before you sign the deal, we will let you go out and solicit other offers if you want. And it's basically like a sweetener to get them to accept the deal. You can say, okay, you can flirt with other companies, just come back to us, right? So there is this report that the Broadcom takeover offer of VMware would include that provision, which is why you just got that spike just there, because it does mean that the company can solicit other takeover offers if they want to. We don't even know if they want to yet. But that's why you just got that spike.
Okay. Boom, boom. I could. I mean, I've never heard of that before. In
It's
my
it's like
in
it's
my
like
100 years of being in the markets,
like
I've
semi common. I don't know. It's not the most common thing in the world, but it happens. It happens sometimes.
um. Someone's asking if I think Nvidia to go to 200 on an earnings beat. I mean, it can. I would sell it at 200 if I had a short-term trade on it. Here, I messed up my chart, so just take me 1 second here. Man, that's even beyond the expected move. So, and as we've been on with CC, we've been on with our option guys, man. Those a lot of times those expected moves, man, they can really, really cap things. So, yeah, it could go to 200. If you're buying the 200 calls, they might be cheap, but they're going to be cheaper tomorrow because that's a long ways away. And they're probably, I bet you I don't have that platform open, but I bet you they're even paying up for it. What about Urban Outfitters? Someone's
I
asking about that.
I mean,
Oh,
like, so we're all everyone is generally in agreement here, right? That like there's no way it's going to be good, and yet at the same time, look at what like Dick's Sporting Goods did today, and well, Urban. First off, Urban already reported, so but you can look at the other like American Eagle, which I think they report tonight, right? Like and these other like Express, right? EXPR. Oh, that was this morning. Um, like the expectations could not be any lower, right? So it's like even if, and I'll bring up the calendar here. So even if you wanna say, oh, the Gap reports tomorrow, there's no way that's gonna be good, or Ulta Beauty reports tomorrow, there ain't no way that's gonna. Well, I mean, yeah, probably it'll be bad, right? But the the bar is through the floor in terms of expectations. So it would have to be worse than that. I mean, Express barely budged today. It's a $2 stock anyway, but like the
yeah.
Gap, maybe the Gap is more relevant because that's at least a $10 stock. Um, I don't know.
Fall into the gap. Um, Well, just going back to the urban, I mean,
Yeah,
how about that? Let's say you were inclined to be bullish after that report, and you're like, well, I'm going to take a poke at yesterday's low. Yesterday's low, 1784. You went to 1781 off the open, and boy, 29 to 8. Now, what do I think of urban? Hmm. This was probably the Target day, right? And so you got a 21. Prove. Oh, you got the 2098 today too. Oh boy, this is big. I mean, it open gets through 21 here. You're gonna fill this gap. You already did fill the gap by a penny. The low on that day was 97. Today you went to 98. So you want to see this 121 bid tomorrow and a strong bid, in limited offers. And then you can work your way through this bar. But I'd swing level 21 there, and things do open up after that. Spoozer leaking big time here. We're 20 handles off that high.
big rip kind of a day for just for everything, right? For growth tech, especially for
How's Kathy?
Kathy is fine today. It's really just a great day. I say that as the staples and the staples and healthcare just turn red there for the day. But now they're flat. But really just a great day overall for growth tech. Great day for mega cap tech, right? Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, which we talked about. A great day for the banks. Great day for most of the market, frankly.
Oh, even Peloton's up 50 cents. I haven't looked at that stock
50,
forever.
50 cents.
Ho, ho, ho. We're losing altitude 39. Do I need to calculate what's mid range on the session? Holy mackerel. We've just lost 30 handles. Did Powell change his mind or something? But I'm glad. I'm glad because this is
What
not,
the heck?
you're not going to come in up 40 handles tomorrow night,
No,
right?
no.
Or tomorrow. I mean, I don't know that for sure. But little profit taking here. Did we get some selling balances here or not?
I'm not even looking, honestly.
You know what? Keep an eye. Where'd my sheet go? Keep an eye on 71 1/4, folks. Going into the final 10 minutes here, because that was Monday's close, and we never even sniffed that yesterday. With we got snapped. So I'd like to see it close above 71 1/4. It doesn't look like, well, we're only a couple handles away. I did snap. Did the snap out of it?
It's going to take a long time for that to happen, Joel. I mean, it stopped going down. Everything kind of stopped going down today. But I'll just echo what we've been saying every day this year, right? These are, if you have any like short term longs or even any swing longs, these are the days you sell. You sell those longs
There's a rip. I
into
know this is a rip. Yeah.
in days like today. These are not the days you buy. These are days you sell. So
So I got a question for you. All
yeah,
right. So we had Craig on this morning, right?
yep, yep.
Mr. Uber,
And he was short term bearish, long term bullish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 3,500. Ho, ho, ho.
yeah. It's a
That's
well.
500. That's 470 handles away. He said by July 4th. So do you think,
Wait. I think I missed that part. He said July
yeah, do
4th.
you think he was hedging a little bit? Like, like if the market, if we tank again, and he'd say, oh, look at that, 3,500. And then if we go straight up for here, but he was pretty firm. I don't think he was sandbagging at all. But boy, oh boy, that could
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Well, I mean, I better that than like the people that say, "Oh, we're going to 3,000," which is like, all right, we got to get through a lot to get to 3,000. 3,500. It's far, but it's not like, I guess it's not like that
We
far.
got an interesting thing here from Salem. Said, I still believe if it doesn't hold 77, then I'm looking to short. Talk me out of it, please. Um,
Can you
I don't know
can
that.
you pull up the
I
chart?
see. Yeah, I'll pull up a chart.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try and figure out why he likes 77. Let me
If
see.
I had to
Why?
venture, yeah, if I had to
Wh-
venture a guess,
Yeah.
I would say there's some kind of a moving average there.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's
That's a
look.
good guess.
Let's look.
Um, and I'm looking at the let's see. The hourlies aren't really, I mean, I'm not gonna go any shorter term than an hourly on something like this. So 76.60. Uh hmm. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna hold 77, first of all, so I don't have to talk you out of it. Second of all, when you have a stock going down like it's had, you just look at 110, you're 100, you're at 90. You're at 80. Yeah, there's a lot of people stuck on the long. Okay, 519 green candle failed to hold. Okay. Yeah, that's I mean, that's not a horrible rationale, but I just kind of look at like the market psychology here. And what if you want to get long dicks at 65, or you want to get long dicks at 70, but it's fallen so hard that it's having an earnings report, you're gonna wait, right? And you wait and you think, oh man, I'm not going to buy this thing at all. And then you turn on your computer, or you read the Wall Street Journal tomorrow, and you're like, what, this thing's at 78. So you got a little backing and filling. You got shorts that aren't covered. I don't know how much heavily this is shorted. And then you got people like, oh, I knew I should have bought it 65 on the way down. Why did I buy it 65? Now I'm going to buy it 70. So big green candle, you can short into it. This is not investment advice.
Someone asked about Costco and what we think about their earnings for tomorrow. I guess here's the good news about Costco, right? So when a company like Walmart or Target comes out and says that they have too much inventory, that's not a fact that any old shopper can easily see for themselves, right? Because that's all back of the house stuff. Well, Costco, their whole shtick is they don't have it back of the house, right? They just have a house, and everything is in the house, and it's how it goes from the truck to the warehouse, to the truck to the warehouse to your cart, right? So why don't you? Everyone should all go to Costco today or tomorrow and see. Anyone who's been to Costco in the last few months, if you can think back to when you were there, what did it seem like they had more stuff than usual, or did it seem like they didn't? I'm like only half. I'm half joking here, but like,
No, well, you know what also Costco does that, like if if like they can't get it at the right price, then they don't get it. Because how many times have you seen something there and you go back, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get that chicken and dumplings. I'm just using that example. I've never had chicken and dumplings there, but then you go and it's not there, and it's because either A, they couldn't get it, right? Or B, the price was too high. So, that's so maybe they're a little bit better managing the inventory. If I use my Costco indicator, the eyeball indicator, Lisa, was it last weekend? Lisa and I went, I think we went twice. And once we went early to get some flowers, the sheep plants. I don't do any of that stuff, and it wasn't busy. And then we went back the next day and got some food, and it wasn't busy. So, using the Costco, the eyeball indicator, I don't know. Um, I think if they tank it, you would expect that after you made that Thursday low, that you'd find some buyers, and if they rip it, you want to see it get over the gap at 463.86, and then why not fill the gap at 480.23? I mean, that was a Target day, so these stocks were really really affected. So
Um,
um,
this is a good point from Jay, but it's also Jay. That's the opposite point of what Walmart and Target were saying, because the implication that Walmart and Target are dependent on China would imply, with China
they
locked
don't
down,
have the stuff.
locked
Yeah.
down in the last 3 months, they don't have it, but they actually have too much stuff. So I'm not sure if that plays into this here. Anyway, we are 2 minutes out now from the open. Not a lot has really changed. I mean, we're off the high there of the day, but not a lot's really changed out there. Just a really
Yeah, that
great day.
71 and a quarter, I thought the algos must have that
Ooh,
are tuned into the show must have heard me mention 71 and a quarter, and then they just went buy, 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 buy,
wait,
buy, buy,
did you
buy,
see
buy.
Best Buy today? I lost sight of this one. This thing is now above $80. It got
Yeah.
down. It got down to 68 on the right after its earnings report, and is now
Mm.
$80. And where was the gap? Where was the gap on
There's a
Best
gap
Buy?
from the Target day. You
Yeah,
got a
what was
gap
that?
to fill. You got a gap to fill up to 81.79.
Wow, things come a long way.
Oh, GME's having a good day, up 28%.
Yeah, a lot of them are, Joel.
Yeah.
Almost everything out there, like literally almost every. It does seem like, is there anything that's down today? There's
Have you ever is that an ape formation or what? I never look at this stock. Look at the apes. They were like, they're buying that thing. Okay, let's buy it between 90 and 100, 90 and 100, 90
I
and
don't know.
100. And then a good day in the market, let's jam it over 100, get it in the $100 handle. Yeah, so little ape formation there. What about AMC?
Yeah, I might go to an AMC this weekend.
Yeah? I want
Well,
it was that Top Gun movie coming out?
it's out. I think on Friday it's
I
out,
want to
and
see that
that's
thing,
the kind of
man.
movie where you got to see that on the big screen. If you're gonna see it, you got to watch it on the big
Yeah.
screen.
And
So
have you heard the new Lady Gaga song for that?
no, Joel.
It's good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I'm trying to follow everything, man. All right. 359.
Um,
Here we are. We're going to improve on Monday's close. That's good. Um, our bogey overnight is going to be that high, 97.75. I sure hope they don't, because I'm going to put bids lower. I'm not going to like, oh, I'll put a 98 buy stop in and, ride it over 4,000. I don't know if they're going to sneak it up overnight, but I like to see it back. Jar Jar's in the house. He's a good old pre-market prep plus guy. He wants to look at Winnebago. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay overtime, make Jason pay me overtime.
WG.
Big day for Winnebago. You know what I'm going to say, Jar Jar? You know me well enough. Look at this. One pesky high, 48.67. Today's high right up there, 48.67. Why not fill the gap up to 49.60 and then take a look at 52, first day of a 2-day move.
And that's a wrap here on At the Close. A green day on Wall Street. Green day for most of the sectors. Just utilities and healthcare, just barely in the red. Barely by a nickel in the red today. But good day. We'll see what tomorrow holds. Drop us a like if you can. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place, youtube.com/Benzinga TV. Have a good one, everyone.